Hello, Malcolm here, and welcome to the Sunday Sample for Corporate Worship Matters. And we're beginning a new series today on the whole issue of posture in corporate worship. This is inspired by a chapter in this book, which is Participating in Worship by Craig Douglas Erickson. Whole section on posture, and in particular today, movement. What's the place of physical movement in corporate worship? Now, depending on the church tradition you are in or grew up with, you'll have different views on this perhaps, or experiences of it. Many traditions have the movement of the clergy and the choir, as I did when I was a boy chorister, processing into the service. Others will have the tradition of people coming out of their seats, coming up to an altar rail to receive communion, that kind of thing. So we have that kind of movement in many church congregations. In my congregation, we don't do that kind of thing, but is there still a place for movement helping, aiding us in our collective worship of God? I think this in particular is relevant for our kinetic learners, those who learn best through movement. And do we provide opportunities for them to be able to express worship or experience worship through some kind of movement? There's something about using our hands and our feet and moving our bodies that helps us to learn and helps us to remember things. Have you, perhaps in your congregation, seen movement used to good effect to help people to worship and to learn? I'd be interested in that. Let me give you one example of something we did in the Thames Valley Churches of Christ a year or so ago, and I did again recently with the Watford Church of Christ. We had a service just before Easter focused on the nails of the cross. And as part of the service, Patricia and Emma laid out, using string, laid out the shape of the cross on the floor, large cross on the floor, shaped with string. And I gave every member of the congregation a rose petal, a red rose petal. If you're watching the video, you'll see it here. Everybody had one of these, and the idea was that this symbolized our sins. And at the appropriate moment in the service, I asked everybody, considering the cross, which was laid out there on the floor before us, to take these sins, to come out of their seat. We were seated in a circle around the cross. Step out, step forward, come to the cross, and place this rose petal onto the cross, symbolically giving our sins to Jesus, or remembering that he's taken our sins. And we sang whilst we did that. And I think it was very interesting, helpful. And several people said to me afterwards that they felt a sense of unburdening by physically placing this down on the cross. It helped them to experience that or be reminded of what Jesus has done for them. I found it profoundly moving to participate and to see everybody else participate. Movement seemed to help the reality of what Jesus has done for us to become more of an experiential reality, a reminder, something that became somehow more connected head and heart in that situation. So I'm just wondering whether you've tried anything like this. Perhaps you've seen it done badly. That's okay. We can learn from that too. But perhaps you've seen it done well. What is the place for movement in our times of corporate worship? So please let me know what you think. Leave a comment anywhere you see or hear this recording. Leave it publicly so that we can all learn. We learn best when we learn in community. If you know anybody who might benefit from this, please pass the link on. Please leave a review somewhere. That'll help the visibility of these podcasts. And until the next time, I do pray that, as it says in Psalm 100 verse 2, that next time you gather with all of your friends to worship our God collectively, you'll be able to worship the Lord with gladness, coming before him with joyful songs. Until the next time, take care and God bless.